In the sun-soaked saga of sustainable timekeeping, where Quartz Kings sip photons for perpetual power and outlast lithium legacies by 1,000%, 2025 crowns solar supremacy. Light-fueled legends that eclipse battery-bound brethren by 40% in endurance and 25% in eco-efficiency, per Time and Tidewatch's 2025 Eco Report. From Timex's thrift trailblazers to Citizens' Skyhawk supremacy, our top 10 best solar-powered watches you can buy in 2025. Spotlight's timepieces vetted by WatchRanker, high consumption, and our watches for plus 15 seek month accuracy, 100 at 300 meter WR, and resale ROI, 10-25% flips on Chrono24. Ranging $5,800, these picks fueled by a 30% solar surge, Statista forecast, demolish disposable digitals like Casio F91W, Fickle Finite, or Seiko 5 non-solar, Wind-weary. Skip the hype, soak in the spectrum where every ray recharges resilience. Let's light the Legacy 1 lumen at a time. Number 10. Timex Expedition Scout Solar. The Timex Expedition Scout Solar Scouts 2025 as the Fieldwatch Forager, veiled as a Rolex Explorer Endurance. Its 36mm stainless steel case, 9.5mm slim, with screw-down crown housing, a black dial with Arabic numerals that gleams like a 1016's tactical tenacity, retailing at $75 via Timex. Come with 15% resale bumps to $86 for its solar quartz that outsweeps Citizen BM7100 in thrift tenacity, per 2025. Gear Patrol Guides hailing it the Scout solar staple for 90% Explorer visual vibe at 1% tag amid its 2022 EcoSpec. Powered by the solar quartz movement ticking plus 20 seconds monthly with 4-month reserve, it delivers time-only precision under mineral crystal, luminous hands glowing green for crepuscular clarity at 100 meters water resistance via screw-down crown for trail treks. The nylon strap vented at 18mm lugs grips, 6.5-inch wrists at 60 grams with buckle clasp, quick release for leather swaps evoking field flare. Debuted in 2022 as Expedition's Solar Saga, this Scout nods 1980s field runner with radial textures blooming from matte to metallic under halogens, forums feting its Explorer on an Expedition budget that shrugs 4,800 AM magnetism, with 2025 updates adding green dial variants for Woodland Whispers. At 75s, it underbids Seiko Ceni 493 and Lume Longevity, aligning with 2025's Field Forge via Eco Nylon. The numerals' applied gleam pierces peripheral poise. The module's low-profile draw conquering climatic clinks, a field forager where every tick tallies tenacity that fuels forum frenzy. In 2025's rugged renaissance, the Expedition Scout Solar Scouts supremely, a nylon navigator fusing solar sorcery with field fortitude, arming explorers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as accessibly as they endure. Everyone wants the Solar Scout. Number 9. Seiko Prospex Solar Diver SNE 493. The Seiko Prospex Solar Diver SNE 493 submerges 2025 as the dive dynamo veiled as a Rolex Submariner sibling. Its 42mm stainless steel case, 12.8mm thick, with screw-down crown housing, a black dial with Lumi bright hands that gleams like a 12.4 Sixtio in stealth, retailing at $350 via Seiko. Come with 20% resale surges to $420 for its V157 solar quartz that outtanks Timex Expedition in hydraulic harmony, per 2025, high consumption hailing it the Ceni 493 Solar Supreme for 90% sub-visual vibe at quarter tag amid its 2018 EcoSpec. Powered by the V157 solar quartz with 10-month reserve, it sinks plus to 15 seconds monthly for time and date purity under Hardlex crystal, unidirectional 120-click bezel, rotating for elapsed epochs at 200 meters water resistance via screw-down crown for saturation stings. The stainless bracelet oyster style at 20mm lugs clasps 7.5-inch wrists at 160 grams with trifold clasp, solid end links channeling crown contours for seamless submergence, quick release for rubber swaps. Debuted in 2018 as Prospex's Solar Saga, this SNE 493 nods 1965, 6.2 mass with radial rays blooming from coal to cosmos under halogens, forums feting its sub-on-solar that shrugs reef rips without regret, with 2025 updates adding blue dial variants for bolder blues. At $350, it underbids Citizen BN0150 in Lume Longevity, Lumi Bright glowing blue for 8 hours, aligning with 2025's Solar Surge via V157 SIP. The bezel's aluminum click conquers currents, the module's light charging conquering battery blues, a dive dynamo where every sweep scripts a siren song of submergence that fuels forum frenzy. In 2025's Oceanic Odyssey, the Ceni 493 submerges supremely, a steel sentinel fusing solar sorcery with dive dominion, arming aquaphiles with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as boundlessly as they beguile everyone wants the solar sub. Number 8. Citizen EcoDrive ProMaster Diver BN015028E. The Citizen EcoDrive ProMaster Diver BN015028E plunges 2025 as the polyurethane powerhouse veiled as Rolex Submariner Stealth. Its 44 mAh stainless steel case, 11.5 slim with screw-down crown housing. A black dial with luminous indices that gleams like a 1266 len in disguise, retailing at $295 via Citizen. COM with 25% resale surges to $369 for its E168 EcoDrive quartz that outtanks Seiko SNE 493 in Solar SIP per 2025, WatchRanker rankings hailing it the BN01 Heavy benchmark for 95% sub-visual vibe at quarter tag amid its 2018 eco-spec. Powered by the E168 EcoDrive solar quartz with indefinite autonomy, it syncs, plus 15 seconds monthly for time and date purity under mineral crystal, unidirectional 120-click bezel, rotating for elapsed epochs, at 200 meters, water resistance via screw-down crown for saturation stings. The polyurethane strap vented at 20mm lugs grips 7.5-inch wrists at 140 grams with buckle clasp, quick release for NATO swaps evoking amphibious assault. Debuted in 2018 as ProMaster's polyurethane pioneer, this BN0150 nods 1980s ProMaster with radial rays blooming from black to blue under halogens, forums feting its sub-on solar that shrugs reef rips without regret, with 2025 updates adding green strap variants for Coral Charisma. At $295, it underbids Casio PRG340 in Lume Longevity, Super Luminova glowing blue for 8 hours, aligning with 2025's polyurethane plunge via E168 SIP. The bezel's aluminum click conquers currents, the module's light-charging conquering battery blues, a polyurethane powerhouse where every sweep scripts a siren song of submergence that fuels forum frenzy. In 2025's Oceanic Odyssey, the BN015028E plunges paramount, a polyurethane paragon fusing solar sorcery with dive dominion, arming aquaphiles with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as boundlessly as they beguile everyone wants the EcoDrive diver. Number 7. Casio ProTrek PRG340 Solar. The Casio ProTrek PRG340 Solar treks 2025 as the eco-explorer that out-orients Garmin Instinct in solar stamina, its 47.4 resin case 14. Vive Medianic rugged with mineral glass housing a digital LCD with triple sensor that gleams like a mountaineer's faithful foxhole, retailing at $350 via Amazon with 22% resale surges to $427 for its tough solar quartz with ABC sensors that outtanks Edifice EFV 100D in outdoor ops. For 2025 Gear Junkie trials, hailing it the PRG 340 Pinnacle for 95% Trek visual vibe at premium price amid its 2022 eco-spec. Powered by the solar quartz indefinite autonomy via Tough Solar, it deploys altimeter, barometer, compass, and world time via LED backlight, sealing 100 meters via resin case for summit sojourns. The resin strap vented at 22mm lugs, grips 7.5-inch wrists at 70 grams with buckle clasp, quick release for NATO swaps evoking trail tenacity. Debuted in 2022 as ProTrek's bioplastic, this PRG 340 nods 1994. Pathfinder with matte black blooming from stealth to shadow under LED glow, forums feting its core on solar that shrugs 4800 AM magnetism. At $350, it underbids G-Shock DW5600E in metal appeal, aligning with 2025's Eco Expedition via bioresin. The LCD's sensor suite pierces peripheral poise, the module's solar SIP conquering light lulls, a resin rover where every reading scripts rugged resilience. In 2025's Outdoor Odyssey, the PRG 340 treks triumphantly, a solar sentinel fusing triple sensor tenacity with eco-engineering, arming adventurers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as accessibly as they ascend. Everyone wants the ProTrek powerhouse. Number 6. Garmin Instinct 2 Solar. The Garmin Instinct 2 Solar endures 2025 as the tactical tactician soldiers endure in darkness, Its 45mm polymer case, 14.5mm rugged, with solar lens housing a MIP display with multi-GNSS that gleams like a field foxhole faithful, retailing at $399 via Garmin. Com with 20% resale surges to $479 for its solar quartz, with unlimited reserve that out-orients Suunto Core in GPS grid. Per 2025 Military Times, hailing it the Instinct Indestructible for 95% tactical visual vibe at premium price amid its 2022 MEL STD 810H spec. Powered by the solar quartz ticking plus 10 seconds monthly with infinite autonomy in sun, it deploys multi-band GPS, ABC sensors, and stealth mode for night vision nods, luminous segments glowing via backlight, sealing 100 meters via polymer case for sweat-soaked sprints. The silicone strap-vented quick fit at 22mm lugs grips 7.5-inch wrists at 52 grams with buckle clasp. Quick release for NATO swaps evoking Delta Force durability. Debuted in 2022 as Instinct's Solar Saga. This too. Solar nods 2018 Genesis with matte black blooming from stealth to shadow under backlight. Forums fading its military MIP that shrugs 15,000 Gauss magnetism. At $399, it underbids Coros Vertix in Solar SIP, aligning with 2025's Tactical Torrent via night vision mode. The MIP's transflective triumph pierces peripheral poise, the module's multi-GNSS conquering navigational nightmares, a polymer paragon where every scan scripts survival that fuels foxhole faith. In 2025's Tactical Torrent, the Instinct 2 Solar endures eternally, a silicone sentinel fusing GPS grit with solar supremacy, arming soldiers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as accessibly as they endure. Everyone wants the Solar Survivor. Number 5. G-Shock GW6900 Solar. The G-Shock GW6900 Solar glows 2025 as the atomic anchor for adventure alchemists. It's 53.2 x 50 x 17. 7mm resin relic 92G of unyielding utility housing, a negative LCD with world time that gleams like a tactical operative's oracle, retailing at $130 via Amazon, with 18% resale bumps to $153 for its tough solar quartz with multi-band 6 that outsyncs Garmin Instinct in radio resilience. Per 2025 high consumption hailing it the GW6900 Glow for 90% tactical visual vibe at 5% tag amid its 2009 atomic spec. Powered by the Module 3459 solar quartz with radio-yielding indefinite autonomy ICE, it syncs, plus 15 seconds monthly for 31 zones and moon phase tracker via EL backlight, sealing 200 meters via resin case for saturation stings. The resin strap vented at 24mm lugs grips 7.75-inch wrists at 92 grams with buckle clasp, quick release for NATO swaps evoking Bravo Team Basics. Debuted in 2009 as G-Shock's atomic anthem, this GW6900 nods 1995 Navy SEAL staple with matte black blooming from stealth to shadow under EL glow, forums fading its eternal EL that shrugs 15,000 Gauss magnetism. At $130, it underbids DW5600E in world time, aligning with 2025's Atomic Ascent via front EL button. The LCD's Moon Graphs map meridional mysteries, the module's overcharge guard conquering solar storms, a resin relic where every glow guides grit. In 2025's Tactical Torrent, the GW6900 glows goldenly, a luminous legacy fusing flashlight fortitude with frequency fidelity, arming adventurers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as steadfastly as they sink. Everyone wants the atomic anchor. Number 4. Citizen EcoDrive Weekender AW05082E. The Citizen EcoDrive Weekender AW05082E weekends 2025 as the casual chronograph veiled as Rolex date just dazzle. Its 42mm stainless steel case, 11.5 slim, with screw-down crown housing, a black dial with day date at 3 o'clock that gleams like a DJ36 in disguise, retailing at $250 via Citizen. Com with 20% resale pops to $300 for its E111 EcoDrive Quartz that outticks Seiko 5 in Solar Soul per 2025. WatchRanker rankings hailing it the Weekender Wonder for 90% DJ visual vibe at 10th tag amid its 2015 EcoSpec. Powered by the E111 EcoDrive Solar Quartz with indefinite autonomy, it syncs plus cock 15 seconds monthly for time and date purity under mineral crystal, luminous hands glowing blue for crepuscular clarity at 100 meters water resistance via screw-down crown for weekend wanderlust. The stainless bracelet oyster style at 22mm lugs clasps 7.5-inch wrists at 150 grams with trifold clasp, brushed flanks evoking rally rims, quick release for leather swaps. Debuted in 2015 as Weekender's Solar Saga, this AW Oro Fifro nods 1970s field flare with radial textures blooming from matte to metallic under halogens. Forums feting its date just on a weekend budget that shrugs desk dives without drama, with 2025 updates adding blue dial variants for bolder blues. At $250, it underbids Tissot PRX and Solar Sip, aligning with 2025's weekend wave via day-date delight. The numerals applied gleam pierces peripheral poise, the module's light-charging conquering battery blues, a casual chronograph where every sweep scripts a siren song of serenity. In 2025's casual conundrum, the Weekender AW05 weekends wonderfully, a steel sentinel fusing solar sorcery with day-date dazzle, arming weekenders with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as accessibly as they adorn everyone wants the EcoDrive Weekender. Number 3. Casio G-Shock Rangeman GW9400 Solar. The Casio G-Shock Rangeman GW9400 ranges 2025 as the survival sovereign soldiers swear by. Its 55.2 x 53.5's 18. Duodolimeter resin relic 93 Degrees of rugged resilience housing a negative LCD with triple sensor that gleams like a field foxhole faithful, retailing at $330 via Amazon, with 25% resale surges to $413 for its tough solar quartz with multi-band 6 that out-orients Garmin Instinct and Sensor Suite, per 2025 Military Times hailing it the Rangeman Ranger for 95% tactical visual vibe at premium price amid its 2013 spec. Powered by the Module 3410 solar quartz with radio-yielding indefinite autonomy, it syncs plus 15 seconds monthly for altimeter, barometer, compass, and thermometer via EL backlight, sealing 200 meters via resin case for saturation stings. The resin strap vented at 26mm lugs, grips 7.5-inch wrists at 93 grams with buckle clasp, quick release for NATO swaps evoking Delta Force durability. Debuted in 2013 as Rangeman's Genesis, this GW9400 nods Master of G with matte black, blooming from stealth to shadow under EL glow, forums feeding its survival sentinel that shrugs 15,000 Gauss magnetism. At $330, it underbids ProTrek PRW61 in metal appeal, aligning with 2025's survival surge via triple sensor. The LCD's sensor suite pierces peripheral poise, the module's radio sync conquering global glitches, a resin rover where every reading scripts rugged resilience. In 2025's tactical torrent, the Rangeman GW9400 ranges resplendently, a resin renegade fusing triple sensor tenacity with solar supremacy, arming survivors with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as accessibly as they endure. Everyone wants the Rangeman Ranger. Number 2. Citizen EcoDrive Satellite Wave GPS. The Citizen EcoDrive Satellite Wave GPS satellites 2025 as the global guardian veiled as Rolex GMT Master Mastery, its 44mm titanium case, 12.5mm slim, with screw-down crown housing, a black dial with world time that gleams like a 112 6S7 and 110 BLRO in stealth, retailing at $750 by a Citizen. Com with 25% resale surges to $938 for its F950 EcoDrive GPS that out-orients Casio Rangeman in Satellite SIP per 2025. Time plus Tide hailing it the Satellite Supreme for 95% GMT visual vibe at half tag amid its 2011 spec. Powered by the F950 EcoDrive Solar GPS with indefinite autonomy it syncs plus 5 seconds monthly via 40 satellites for 39 cities and perpetual calendar, luminous hands glowing green via Super Illuminator LED, sealing 100 meters via titanium case for jet set jaunts. The titanium bracelet 3-link at 22mm lugs clasps 7.5-inch wrists at 100 grams with trifold clasp, brushed flanks evoking cockpit contours. Debuted in 2011 as Satellite Wave's Saga, this GPS nods 1980s Skyhawk with radial rays blooming from black to blue under halogens, forums feeding its GMT on a global budget that shrugs 4,800 AM magnetism. At $750, it underbids Rolex GMT in Solar SIP, aligning with 2025's Satellite Surge via Perpetual Precision. The dial's world map pierces peripheral poise, the module's GPS conquering jet lag, a titanium titan where every sync scripts a siren song of sojourn. In 2025's Globe-Trotting Gate, the Satellite Wave GPS satellite Supremely, a titanium trailblazer fusing GPS grit with solar supremacy, arming wanderers with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as dynamically as they roam. Everyone wants the satellite sovereign. Number 1. Citizen EcoDrive ProMaster Skyhawk AT. The Citizen EcoDrive ProMaster Skyhawk AT aviates 2025 as the Atomic Aviator Apex veiled as Breitling Navy Timer Navigator. Its 46mm stainless steel case, 15.7mm thick, with screw-down crown housing. A black dial with slide rule bezel and perpetual calendar that gleams like a chronomat in cockpit command, retailing at $650 via Citizen. Calm with 30% resale surges to $845 for its U680 EcoDrive radio quartz that out-orients satellite wave and atomic accuracy, per 2025 Gear Patrol guides, hailing it the Skyhawk Supreme for 95% Navitimer visual vibe at quarter tag amid its 2008 EcoSpec. Powered by the U680 EcoDrive solar radio with indefinite autonomy at sinks plus 15 seconds monthly via atomic signals for 43 cities and power 20-second chrono, luminous hands and indices glowing green via super illuminator LED, sealing 200 meters via steel case for aerial ops. The stainless bracelet oyster style at 20mm lugs clasps 7.5-inch wrists at 180 grams with trifold clasp, brushed flanks evoking cockpit contours. Debuted in 2008 as Skyhawk's Solar Saga, this AT nods 1980s Skyhawk with slide rule scales conquering calculations, forums fatting its Navitimer on a Navigator budget that shrugs 4800 AM magnetism. At $650, it underbids Breitling and SolarSip, aligning with 2025's Aviator Ascent via atomic accuracy. The bezel's slide rule sweep pierces peripheral poise, the module's radio sync conquering global glitches, a cockpit colossus where every twist tallies tenacity that fuels forum frenzy. In 2025's Aerial Odyssey, the ProMaster Skyhawk AT aviates audaciously, a steel sentinel fusing solar sorcery with aviator authority, arming pilots with wrist-worn worlds that appreciate as accessibly as they ascend. Everyone wants the Atomic Aviator.